I am SHINJIITSU 369, and this is our Hidden Potential System video for AGL Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Vegito. In this Hidden Potential System video, like all of our Hidden Potential System videos, we're going to break down Xeno Vegito's full kit and talk about where he gets in and fits in around the game on his various teams. Then we'll go into the Hidden Potential System and we'll discuss how much critical hit, additional attack, or evasion should we invest so that Vegito can perform his best. After that, we'll go into a battle and test it out and see how well he can do, see how many times that Hidden Potential can pop off. This man right here, goated. He came out goated. He's still goated. I love this guy. Now, he's sort of kind of restricted to a grade 8 power or Dragon Ball Heroes team. Really, for the 200%, you got to have the Dragon Ball Heroes. Man, but I'm excited to talk about this man. Let's talk about how to really get the most out of him. So his leader skill is Dragon Ball Heroes, Giant 8 Power, or Fused Fighters. Key +3 HP and attack and defense plus 170%, and he gives the additional 30% to crossover characters. That's why I was saying he's kind of locked to Dragon Ball Heroes. Every Dragon Ball Hero is on crossover, so he's a 200% Dragon Ball Heroes leader, and that's also where he's going to end up looking his best. His super attack is the Galactic Spirit Sword. So he raises attack for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. Pretty simple. Now, his passive skill, very interesting. It's called the Sword That Cuts Through Darkness. So let's talk about how this guy works, right? He's going to activate his entrance animation no matter what upon the character's entry. And what that does is it gives you a chance to perform a crit by 30%, and it also reduces damage by 30% for 6 turns from the entry turn. So what that means is if he comes in turn 1, 3, and 5, he's going to have additional damage reduction and a chance to perform a crit just off of his entrance animation. We got key +3 and attack and defense plus 200%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 150% when performing a super attack. Now that is going to be a multiplicative buff since he will be receiving that boost on super attack. It's going to make his defense look a lot better, especially with that damage reduction. Generally, start of turn at this rainbow level next to Xeno Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, he's right around 320, 325k. And if he has some support, he's right around 350, 360k, like right in that range. Okay, so by him getting 150% on his super attack plus the damage reduction, he's like essentially untouchable. There are some super attacks that can hurt him, but after he super attacks, he's looking good. And because of that, I'm okay with him not raising defense with the Galactic Spirit Sword super attack. Now he gets an additional attack and defense plus 100% and a great chance of launching an additional super attack if there's another grade 8 power or crossover category ally attacking in the same turn, or a grade 8 power or crossover category enemy. Then he has a natural chance of performing a crit plus 40% and reduces damage by 30% when all allies attacking in the same turn are either Giant 8 power or crossover category characters. So what that means is this man comes in, first 3 appearances, aka 6 turns. He has damage reduction plus 60% damage reduction, and then he has a 70% chance to crit. So to help you see what I'm talking about when I say this, right? This guy, let's say we went in the Hidden Potential system. In order to get a 70% chance to crit, you would have to have 35 in crit. So it's like for the first 3 appearances, this guy has a natural 35 in the Hidden Potential system, which would equate to a 70% chance to perform a critical hit. Now, after those turns run out, he still has the natural 30% damage reduction and 40% crit chance. So that's like having 20 in the critical hit in the Hidden Potential system. So he's stacked out. He does everything. He reduces damage, he does crits. His attack stat is wild. He can perform 3 super attacks in 1 turn, and he's raising attack on each of those super attacks. Not indefinitely, it's just for 1 turn, but either way, he's looking good. When your super attack stat can be that high, I mean, with these kind of stats here, right? 13, 427, plus all his additional boosts whenever he's on the right team. This man's attack stat, 10, 11, 12, 13 million, 14 million, 15 million. Sometimes I've seen 16 million. with a 70% chance to crit. That's times 1.9 times damage. This guy is wild. This man is just crazy. Now he does have an active skill, and it's incredible. The active skill condition can be activated when all allies in the same attacking turn are crossover category characters starting from the 3rd turn of battle. So when you're running him on the Super Dragon Ball Heroes category, turn 3, he has active skill. If you're running him like on Great 8 Power or another team like Power Beyond Super Saiyan or whatever, you can still get the active skill starting from the 6th turn, which is nice because starting from the 6th turn, then his extra damage reduction and his extra critical hit chance goes down. You pop the active skill, then he actually gets that extra 150% from the active skill that he'd get on super attack, because that counts as a super attack, right? It's great. The active skill is the Galactic Eternal Sword. Greatly raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to the enemy, and within the turn activated, every attack is a crit. So you hit that active skill, and if the enemy is still alive, because that active skill does crazy damage, he's going to come in now, and now every attack is a guaranteed crit, no matter which turn you're on. This man is ridiculous. This man is beautiful. He's incredible. Look at the art. Yes. Yes. Okay, yes. His link skills are Super Saiyan, Shocking Speed, Prepared for Battle, Power Bestowed by God, Fuse Fighter, Saiyan Roar, and Fierce Battle. Make sure that if you have this guy, you're grinding his links up, his most important link to get to level 10 is Saiyan Roar. That's going to give him a lot of extra stats. Saiyan Roar, whenever it's at level 10, gives attack plus 25% and defense plus 10%. Okay? And he's on a ton of categories. Potara needs the help. Full Power needs the help. Time Travelers. We just got a Time Travelers Carnival LR. Super Dragon Ball Heroes, obviously. Final Trump Card. Battle of Wits. That's Piccolo's team, right? Orange Piccolo's team. Grade 8 Power, which he leads. Crossover. Defenders of Justice. Time Limit. Accelerated Battle certainly needs the help. Power Beyond Super Saiyan. And there is a mission to go against Fusion Zamasu with the Power Beyond Super Saiyan team. This man performs very well, especially with those AoEs having all that damage reduction. And lastly, Fused Fighters. I'm really enjoying this character. I would say this is my favorite character that I've played with in a long time with Dokkan. I would say since Super Saiyan God Goku released, this has been the next unit that I've just been head over heels playing for. I always enjoy it, and I already like the Dragon Ball Heroes team, but now with this man, he really pulls it all together. Now, the best places to run him really is Dragon Ball Heroes. I could tell you, you can run him on Giant 8 Power. Yeah, you can, but it's like on Giant 8 Power, you're going to be taking Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, right? You're probably going to want to take that Super Saiyan 4 new Goku that transforms after the standby skill into full power Super Saiyan 4. You're going to have to take characters like this. Grade 8 Power still needs a couple more units for that team to just be crazy and just be like unbeatable. But right now, I would say really you just want to run him on the Dragon Ball Heroes team. Now let's say that you are a brand new player and this is your first year, you summon on Dragon Ball Heroes, you got this guy, or you don't have the physical Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Vegito, right? And you don't have, because that's his best linking buddy, by the way. In case you didn't know, his best linking partner is going to be Super Saiyan 4 physical Xeno Vegito. He's going to give him support, and then obviously he'll set off every link with this guy except for one. So really good character to have next to this man. But if you don't have that, right, and you just kind of have to build the Dragon Ball Heroes team around what you have, this man is a carrier, okay? This man will carry you like a little baby. He will carry the team for you. So even if you just have a couple units, we have that free-to-play Toa. We have a few free-to-play Dragon Ball Heroes units. And they're all guaranteed SSRs that you're gonna get, right? So in that case, you should have a couple that you can throw on that team to set that all off for him. In the case that you don't, you can run him on Giant 8 Power. You might just wanna not put him as the leader, put another Giant 8 Power category leader, but that's gonna be up to you. Talking about where he gets in and fits in around the game. But really, it's that Dragon Ball Heroes team, man. So I suggest if you're playing Dokkan, Dragon Ball Heroes is once per year. So save throughout the year. If you're completely free to play, you only get the stones that are available in the game to grind out. Just save 250 to 300 stones every year and just reserve that for Dragon Ball Heroes banner. Because if they're dropping characters like this, it's worth it, okay? It's completely worth it. Now, in terms of his link set, I think his link set is really good. The only thing that I would say is maybe power bestowed by a god could be something else, but honestly, I don't have complaints about this character. Maybe he could raise defense on super, but who cares? The only thing that could actually make him a lot better is if he also gave the additional 30% to one more category. I don't care what it is. If he gave the additional 30% to full power, well, now you can run giant 8 power or fuse fighter characters at 200%. It would make his team more viable. If you inject him in a team where he's just on it, he'll still do well, but you kind of need to put him next to Great 8 Power or next to Dragon Ball Heroes because you really want that extra damage reduction and crit, man. I'm telling you, it's worth it. He takes no damage. Now, keep in mind, there are still villains in the game or just characters in the game that can do enough damage with their super attack to this Vegito, especially before super attack, that he'll still take some damage. So keep that in mind whenever you're building this guy out. But like really, I don't have a whole lot to say about this guy in terms of, you know, things that I wish he did or things that I wish he didn't do. Got him level 10 links, of course. I really just suggest that you get him to level 10 links as quickly as possible. But let's go ahead and jump into the hidden potential system and discuss how best to build out this Vegito. So in Vegito's kit, he has an additional attack already. He has critical hit and he has damage reduction. The only thing he does not have is evasion. So even though this crit right here is empty, right? You have to realize in his kit, all the teams that you should be bringing him on, he's going to have a natural 40% chance to crit and an additional 30% chance for the first 6 turns. So this is like he has anywhere from 20 to 35 here. Even though you can't see it, that's here. So why would I put more in crit? I'm sorry, I'm about to have to roast y'all real quick. And I don't play global, so I don't know how y'all built him on global. But over here on JP, a lot of these people are giving this man crit. What are you doing? What is your problem? If you're gonna overload on additional super, I guess fine. You know, I have additional super at 16 that equates to a 32% chance to perform an additional attack that can be a super attack to further raise his attack stat. To me, that's good enough. You know, having 30% chance to perform an additional attack, that's fine. I would rather, as you can tell, overload on additional. Now, let me tell you my experience with this man playing like this. It's marvelous and fantastic. He evades so many attacks. And you know what I find? On the runs where he's not evading a lot of normals, he happens to evade those supers. And that's the most important thing. You're going up against Fusion Zamasu. If he supers you before you can attack, you want that chance to evade. He might be able to live, but if you evade it, I mean, think. You're taking double digits from 2 normals. He sends that fireball at you. You evade it. Then you attack him. You hit him for 14 million, 15 million, 16 million. Crit, crit, crit. He's looking like a god. He's looking like the best character in the game. And that's been my experience. So I really suggest that you do build him out to evade. Now, I did give him a 7 defensive equipment here because he is a damage reduction character. So those extra little points matter. So I went ahead and gave him a 7. He's really close to 12,000 defense now. Here, if I gave him, as a matter of fact, I may have something better now, like this right here. That's a 5 and a 5. I could give him that. That would increase his ability to do an additional attack by 3 more. That would put him at 19. And then that would put my evasion even higher. But I'll save that for the next character that really needs it. He's good like this to me. He is just fine. I wish I could give him a sticker. He's not a Dokkan Fest. One day he'll ease and I'll be able to give him a sticker. But man, he's just that good. I just really enjoy playing with this guy. But I would suggest giving him defense. If you don't give him defense in that slot, then give him evasion. Okay? I just really wouldn't suggest crit. And he's an AGL character, has a natural 5 and additional. You can really finesse it and get a good amount of additional and evasion, right? Now, in the case that you pull 1 copy, he's at 55%, use your equipment to get him in additional and evasion in the silver. And then in the bronze, it's up to you if you want to put defense, but you might actually just want to start with like an evasion that you can take off of the character, right? So like one of these EX, oh my God, do I not have any EX? On this AGL character, I have no AGL skill orbs that are EX, meaning that you can take them off and put them back on. I'm looking for one as an example here so I can show you what I mean, right? Here we go. So whenever you see the infinity sign, that means that you can put the piece of equipment on the character and take it off and apply it to a different character if you so choose. So I would suggest to do something like that at 55%. But once you get 2 copies and you can unlock this Duke path, bottom right, always start bottom right. Build them out just like this. He has a natural 5 and additional. You give him 1 additional node here, that's 3. Now he's at 8, plus whatever you give him in the equipment. And then this is 369 evasion. Oh, 369, baby. It's 369 evasion. Then you can further pump that up. So even at 69%, he can be over a 20% chance to perform an additional attack and, 10% chance to evade, something like that. His crit is fine. Even before I rainbowed him, he was critting all over the place, right? Whenever you get 3 copies, meaning you can unlock the top left path, once again, rinse and repeat. 1 additional node and 2 more evasion. That's what you're going to do. 79%, he's completely fine, completely viable, very powerful. I was really happy I was able to rainbow this guy. It was very easy. I still have multiple copies of this guy sitting in my box. I have 1 and it would show me, let me see if I click this. I have 1, 2, 3 more copies sitting in my box. Which is good. Once he easy A's, it'll be easy to get him to super attack level 15. Unfortunately, chain battle is ending. I was keeping them for chain battle to have an additional character to fill in, but unfortunately that's going away, but I digress. So I was really lucky to be able to rainbow this guy so quickly. Over here, because his defense start of turn is not very high, I'm not worried about this right here. This right here, all it does is when you get same type orbs, it increases your HP a little bit more. And then up here, obviously, I have to go with the blast. It's going to increase his attack even further. This guy's fantastic. Let me know what y'all think about this character. Today, we're going to go into a battle against Cell. Many phases, so we can wait out those turns or see if we even get far enough. That's one great thing about this Vegito having that 6-turn buff or 3 appearance buff. Because a lot of times, especially if you're running the Dragon Balls, the Super Dragon Ball Heroes team with 2 Vegitos, one your own and then the friend, oftentimes, you're not even gonna make it to the turn where he no longer has his intro animation active. And by the time you get there, you pop that active skill, right? And now you're right back to your crazy crits. You actually have a 100% chance to crit whenever the turn that you pop the active skill. Let me know what y'all think about this Vegito limit breaker. Vegito, I'm loving this man. Y'all know I'm a Vegito stan. Y'all know I love him. I'm not gonna sit here and mince words with you, play around, Nah, bruh. Vegito, dog. Let's see what you can do, man.
All right!
You've come here to die. Special attack! その程度か! ほれほれほれ! 少し本気出すか! 遠慮なく行くぜ! こいつを食らえ! よっ! やー! よっしゃー!
I'm not gonna hold anything back. How about this? This! You can't keep up with me. Just look at my speed.
ろそろ本気でやるか。これでどうだ。こいつを食らえ。お前じゃ俺のスピードにはついてこれねえ。俺に出させてくれよ。はっおりゃはあくたばりやがれ。
It's time for you to die!
俺はここだぜ。
You will suffer! Take this! I'm over here! Come on! Make me get serious here! That all you got? You're wide open! Time to show you a thing or two! I'm not gonna hold anything back! Take this! Impossible!